So this will be an introduction about some of the resources that are available to you online. We'll be talking about, this is certainly MyUSJ, which we've just been to. We'll talk about the CAE, which is the Center for Academic Excellence, which is our writing center. We'll go through some of the library references and talk a little bit about where you can find different forms in APA format. So mine is going to look a little bit different because I'm a faculty member, but I'm going to put in my email address and my password, and that's how I log in. And then you'll see more things all pop up down here. And obviously I have a faculty one and an advisor one, but you will have some of these, but you will also have the student tab, the course search tab if you're looking for different courses that are available to you. And again, the CAE can be accessed through here and the library can be accessed here. So this is a great reference for you. I'm just going to show you really quickly. If we go into student, and I'll move this over so you can see it a little bit better. You can see that all of these are available to you. You have Blackboard and email, the USJ directory, the library, which again is also available to you up here. And to be able to find the things that you need, there's a tab in here about sexual misconduct, academic integrity, and look at, you can also reserve your own pages. I personally like to just set them up in my own toolbar at the top of my search engine, but you can certainly do that as well. So we're actually going to go back one page, and we will start by looking at what the CAE has to offer us. Now, you can either do this and just put into your search engine USJ CAE, and that's very simple. If you want to also mark that on your toolbar, you can do that as well. Or you can sort of just have this as something that's marked on your toolbar and go in directly. So this takes us to the CAE website. It tells, summertime, so it's telling us what our summer hours are, what the services all are. They do one-on-one consultation. They do some small group study tables and tutorials. They can help you with your writing skills. And so you can look at what is available through the tutoring services, the writing program, and then this is the one that I really like, which is the online resources. There is information here about how to write a formal paper, different writing skills that you would need to know, and certainly there's opportunities to go into the Writing Center and get this information as well. The documentation styles and some review of other content. The documentation styles is the one I really want to draw your attention to because it has information about how to do all these different styles of documentation in your paper. The nursing programs will always use APA. You may be asked for somebody else to use MLA, although I've never heard of that being asked. And maybe through your community college, or if you have a degree in something else, you may be pretty comfortable with MLA as well. Nursing uses APA, and so this is something that if you're not familiar with, it's something that you need to become familiar with. And if you are somewhat familiar and you have other resources that you like to use, sometimes people like to use the online site of the Purdue OWL, as in like Purdue University, an owl like a bird. That's a really nice reference, and they have a lot of examples that are pretty clear, but this is also available to you right here at the USJ website. They have an example in a sample paper, specific examples for citations for authors, but then most of this is, like I said, this brief guide that you can look at. So they'll show you how to do the reference list, they give you examples, they explain how to do it depending on what the source is, so a book, a journal article, a web source, so that would be for a scholarly source, you need to include the URL, etc. And again, if you need more examples, let's say for some reason you cite a movie or a personal conversation, you can certainly look at the APA book, the manual that's available in the bookstore, or you can, like I said, use Purdue OWL, which has all the specific examples. Those don't come up very often. These are some other ones that may be in here, an unpublished presentation, a newspaper article, etc. They have how to cite in text. You can go through and look at what all of this information is, but this gives you the basics of how to do the APA style through the CAE website. So now if I go back to MyUSJ, ta-da! I looked at the CAE, and next I'm going to head over to the library. So this is what the library reference looks like. You can actually find all of this right on the website. There are links to be able to submit information. What are some basic references that are available through the library? But I like to do just the regular straight up USJ library, a straight search, We'll go right to the main page so you can see what this all looks like. We're going to search the collection. And then you can look at either through the library catalog or research database, or you can use the journal finder. So we're going to talk about the research database for a second. And now you can go ahead and type in what the name of the search engine is that you would like to use, or you can just go over to this tab, which is just specifically for nursing. And this is a nice long list of all of the search engines that are available to look at different journals and articles that are published on health-related topics. So usually CINAHL is the main one that nursing goes to. This is available on here, but they also have PubMed. The Lexicon is on here, Medline's on here, so you can certainly cite them. This is one of the main reasons that when you do something in APA format, that you don't use the EBSCOhost or the online, if I look this up and I find an article, that you don't use this as your URL. If it's through a journal, let's say it's the Journal of Nursing Education, you need to cite the Journal of Nursing Education, go to that website, find the article, rather than being able to list that it was through the CINAHL URL. So if you happen to be writing CINAHL or EBSCOhost in your URL, thinking that that's what your online reference is for it, it's not. Because I could find it by using Medline, I could find it by using Ovid Nursing, etc., or PubMed, whatever. So it's sort of like saying, how do you get spaghetti? Well, I go to the Olive Garden. Well, there's like 100 Olive Gardens in Connecticut, so that's probably not the best example. I can go to one in a specific town, and so that's what you have to do. You have to show me what the specific town is, and in that case, it's going to the specific journal's website and finding that article. The other problem is that you may find something when you go into, so we'll actually go into to CINAHL. There we go. And so we'll go in here, and like I said, I put in just a quick search. We did diabetes and language barriers, and these were some of the articles that came up. And so if I use the reference, I'm going to show you all together. If I use this giant list of what the URL is, it actually will not take somebody who is not already logged in to the USJ library. It won't take them there, so you can't use that. You have to go directly back to the online journal. Okay, so just a little bit about that. So let's say I was doing my search about diabetes and language barriers, and now most people would say, okay, I'm going to use this article, not this article, and not this article. Let's see if we have another one. This one has a PDF available, so I'll use that one. When these up here are perfectly good articles, and maybe even better articles, it just is that it doesn't happen to have the PDF immediately available for you to be able to click on right here. But we have the journal finder. So this article is through Diabetes Care. That's the name of the journal. Actually, I'm going to go back. So this is, there we go. This is the journal finder. So we'll click on journal finder, and we'll just type in Diabetes Care, which you can see I already searched for. And now I'll move it over so that you can see this a little bit better of what this looks like. Okay, so these are all of our online references to be able to find the journal Diabetes Care. So we have available to us this reference. So we'll have to look at specifically what the source says. There it is. Okay, so we have Diabetes Care, and it says February 2015, 3, it's the volume and issue number 38 and 2. So we'll get that far. Now, please keep in mind that this is not an APA format, so don't follow this format. But we're going to look at 2015. So if we go back to, this was one of them. There we go. This was our list. So this ends in 2013, this ends in 2014, and we're looking for 2015. So 2000 to 1 year ago, we should be able to find this in here. So you just click on it, and this goes directly to the journal's website. So this is Diabetes Care. This is what the current issue is. And if you scroll, now every website's going to be set up a little bit different. We might be able to search through it through, yep, issue archive. So we're going to go through there and find past issues. We want 2015. So that's what I clicked on. And I've already forgotten what volume and issue it was. Let's see. Diabetes Care volume issue 38 and 2. So 38 and 8. And you can see by looking at this that part of why you don't need to write that this was 2015 in September is because the issue number already reflects the month. Issue 8 is in August, issue 7 is in July. So if you have the volume and issue number, you already have that information, which is why in APA you don't need to put that with the date. So I said it was 38 and 2, which is here. Now, while it's thinking, we need to know the page number of this. 189, and it's called Impact of Language Barriers. All right. 182, 183, 186, 189, Impact of Language Barriers. So this is the article right here. There we go. And you can see that you can download the PDF directly from here. So this is a great article. Let's say it's my favorite article. I love it forever. But I may not have chosen it simply because it did not say that the PDF was available. And so now you know another way by using the journal finder of being able to find another reference. So that's just a little bit about the library, the CAE, and I showed you about how to use MyUSJ and how to find the APA format. So that's all for now, and I hope you find those references very helpful.